or a romance book. Like, why is it that long? Nothing is good. It doesn't have a real book. I don't get it. I have no idea. Winter is all mental. Leaf. Like more fun. You don't like it. I'm just really sorry. I just don't like it. I don't want to die. I don't know if that's any good. Is it good? I don't bloody know. I hate using a ring light. It's like, in my mind, the worst option there is, but it is currently raining and it's so gloomy that if I don't use a ring light, you're just gonna see grey and it's not gonna be very nice, like at all. But hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eilidh, and if you're not, then hello, it is good to see you again. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, February hasn't been my month. It hasn't. It's been a struggle, a really big struggle, and I probably never wanted to actually admit this, but I've definitely been feeling the winter slump. 100%. I've gone through probably just the ultimate winter life slump this past month, and it's killed me. It's actually killed me to the point where I haven't read that many books. I started off the year reading so many books. Like, it was great. It was great. I was like, oh my days, we're like starting off the year fantastic. And then February hits and nothing. Like, it just went downhill. So was I generally thinking about not filming this video so I didn't have to admit that? Yes. But here we are. I'm doing it anyway because why not? Why not? Hello, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna go through every single one of the books that I read in February, even though it's not that many, but we're gonna go through them. I'm going to tell you what I've read, and also I want to go through my March TBR as well. I've actually thought about it. I planned this. I've planned what I wanted to read, because I swear if I don't, then nothing's going to get read and I will be going crazy. And also because I got a bunch of new books, and I think that's also why, like, I haven't really read anything off of my February TBR, because I bought new books, so I ended up reading new books or wanting to read new books, or I was just on my Kindle. Yeah, that's kind of that. That's all the excuses I have. But anyway, let's just jump in to the most not embarrassing, because it's not embarrassing. It's just, for me, it wasn't the goal. And if you know me, I like my goals. So when I don't hit my goals, it takes a toll. It takes something out of me. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I read 3 books in the month of February. Hey, at least I read one. That's all I'm saying. At least we read one. If I can just read one a month, that would be great. So I read 3. And the first one almost taking me a month to read, which is on Kindle, and I swear I should have DNF'd this book. I should have just DNF'd it because I was not feeling it. I was not here for it. No. And I'm sorry, but it's The Striker by Eilidh Hong. Yeah, I ended up giving this book a 3 stars, just because I would still recommend it for people that wanted like a sports romance that not goes in depth, but like it has more detail, I guess. And I don't know why this book was so long. This book was nearly 600 pages long, I think. Is it? How many pages is this? It's 590 pages long. Like, why is a book that long? Or a romance book, like, why is it that long? I don't know what people were thinking when they said, oh yeah, this is a great idea, let's put an almost 600 page romance book out. I cannot tell you what happened in this book. I can probably give you like the main 2 points. The rest of it, I have no idea. I have no idea. I would recommend this for people that like really loved sports romance and wanted like a thicker, bigger book where they can just become like obsessed with it, because yeah, I was rooting for the characters, but I wasn't really connected with the characters, because in the back of my mind I was like, why is this almost 600 pages long? Like, why? I feel like I'm just getting a load of information I don't need, or like not, was it, I can't even remember. I can't even remember if the chapters were long or not. Like, this is how much I blocked this book out of my mind, because I just didn't like it. I didn't like the length. It put me off. I think I was already going through a slump because it just wasn't grabbing me. So ideally, should I give it a 2? Yeah, but I was being nice and I gave it a 3. Because I only give books 3 stars if I would recommend it, and I would recommend it. yeah, that was the first book of February, and that's probably when the downfall started. Anyway, then moving on, I then read the second book in the Filthy Rich Vampire series, Second Right. Again, this was another 3 stars. I don't even really know what happened in this book either. It kind of, well no, I do. I don't know how to explain it, but without like spoiling it, but with how the first book ended, it kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger, a bit of a problem. In my opinion, the problem was solved too quickly. The issue that happened between them, I think, could have gone on for longer. It felt very fast paced in that bit, and also like the relationship bit. I wish it was more of a slow burn, especially because this book is a 4-book series. I don't know why she rushed the romance bit, because now the only bit that's doing it is like the plot, the kind of obstacles this couple is now trying to face, and I feel like there's going to be so many breakups. But we're talking about this one. It just felt like a lot of build up. Like, it was really good there was a lot of twists and turns. That's why I gave it 3, because overall I'm really rooting for the series. Like, I really want to do like the series to do well, and I really enjoyed the first one. But this one just kind of felt that even though some of my questions were answered, it now feels like there's just more. There's more questions. But there are another 2 books after this. So in my mind, I'm also like, well, what else is gonna go on? Like, what is gonna happen? Nothing good if there's another 2 more books. So yeah, this was another 3. Because I was reading this and I was thinking that. And also slump. So it didn't really grab my attention, unfortunately. So that's probably why it's got a low rating. But yeah, Filthy Rich Vampire, Second Right. Done. Bosh. And then finally, the last one that I read was a dark romance, and I read it on Kindle, and this is another one where I was really hoping that it would get me in the ultimate reading mood where all I want to do every single day is read, which was That Sick Love. Unfortunately, it was another 3 stars. I don't know what's going on with my choice of books lately, because just having 3 stars is not the vibe. It is like, give me a 4. I just want a 4. I just want one that I really enjoyed and just like loved. But no, I've been having 3s of, yeah, it was alright, I would recommend it, but never gonna think about it again, never gonna read it again. When my 4s are like, really enjoyed it, could read it again if I got in the mood and wanted to, and would definitely recommend it. I just want one of those. But yeah, That Sick Love, I gave another 3 stars. I didn't really understand the plot at all. I didn't understand why everyone was hunting for her. I don't know if I missed something or I didn't read it right, or I don't know, but I didn't get it. Like, I knew it was something like religious based and like power moves, but I was like, what's the significance of her? And they like said it, and then I was still like, but I don't get it. But I was rooting for the couple. I did really like the romance in it and like the dark themes in it. I was really hoping that would bring me out of my slump, but it just didn't. And I blame the plot for that, because I was rooting for the characters, but also at times like I wasn't, because again it felt very fast paced. Because in this book it kind of started in the middle of the story. Like, it started with him already stalking her, and stalking her for a while, because she knew that she had a stalker and he was already leaving messages. Like, I wish we were there at the beginning of when it started and when he like saw her and kind of did it that way, instead of me feeling as a reader being dumped in the middle of it. You know? Does that make sense? Yeah. This month just was a very meh month, so that was great. But those were all the books that I read. All of them being 3 stars, which I don't love. Me no likey. I don't want 3 stars again. I'm in the middle of reading A Dance with the Fae Prince, which is a standalone. It's one of the Married to Magic books. I really enjoyed the first one, which is A Deal with the Elf King, and really enjoyed that, so I'm hoping that this book breaks me out. I was actually hoping to add it onto this video, but obviously I haven't finished it yet, so we'll see. But yeah, these are all the books that I read in February. Now let's move on to my March TBR, and I'm praying that one of these books gets me out of my slump, because I also haven't read any of the books that were on my February TBR. So some of them are from my February TBR that I've moved over because I do really want to read them. whereas the majority of them are the new ones that I've got, that I showed in my book haul. So if you want to check out my book haul and see all the new books I've got, you can watch it after this. It's actually, I got so many. I think there's 20. I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on. I'm gonna go get them. Let's just move on to all the books that I want to read in March. And March, we're coming into spring, so winter, you can F off. Just, I want this winter slump thing to go away. Leave. To be honest, should I have added as many as I have because I'm in a slump? Probably not. I shouldn't. I didn't actually realise how many I put down until I got them all out. And now I'm looking at them like, I don't think this is gonna happen. It's fine. It's gonna work. It's okay. I just have to be more disciplined when it comes to my reading. That's it. It's all mental. It's all mental. I can do it. Right. Okay. Let's just go through them all. So let me go through the first few that were on my February TBR that I didn't get a chance to read. So I'm moving them on to this one. First off, starting with the obvious, Onyx Storm. I'm so scared to read this book. Like, genuinely terrified to read this book. I surprisingly haven't come across any spoilers, which I'm really thrilled about, but I'm terrified to go into it. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna really enjoy it, but I also, like, I don't want to die either. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. How many pages is it? Okay, it's just past 500 pages. I'm terrified. I'm actually no. Like, I don't even want to think about it anymore, but I do really, really want to read it because it came out nearly a month ago. What's the date today? It came out just over a month ago and I still haven't read it. So I need to read it. I do need to read it. Next one, I've got Deep End by Eilidh Hazelwood. This one only came out in February and I did want to get around to actually reading it, but haven't had the chance to, so I want to read it. Again, I've seen mixed reviews about this. Like, people don't love it, or they do really love it. Again, why is it like 450 pages long? Like, why is it over 400 pages? Why is she so thick? Oh my god, that's art! I didn't realise there was art. That is adorable. But yeah, I really want to, there's art on the back as well. I do really want to read this, and I kind of want to try and do it in one sitting because I find with Eilidh Hazelwood's books, they're so easy to read that you can just devour them. And a lot with her books, they have got me out of slumps. So maybe this one will. Maybe I just need a day where I just read. That would be perfect, honestly. But yeah, Deep End. Another new release, Scythe and Sparrow. I think that's how you say it, Scythe. Again, this one came out in February, and so I really want to read it because I really enjoyed the first two books. Again, another one I'm hoping could bring me out of my slump, just because these books are really easy to read and they're so engaging, and I just get sucked into the world of it because it's so crazy and mad but also hilarious and funny, and I think this one's going to be quite funny. I'm hoping anyway. It's the last one in the series and I kind of just want to finish the series, and yeah, but I don't want to leave the world either, so I hope she like goes into it more or something. But I'm really excited to get into this one as well. Yeah. I love it already. Then finally, the last one that I've got from my Feb TBR onto my March TBR is Foxglove. I read Belladonna in January and really loved it and was just obsessed with it. So Foxglove I instantly wanted to go into, but again, haven't had the chance to actually sit down and read. So I want to read it because the last one left off on a kind of cliffhanger leading into this one, and I'm generally so tempted to see. We were introduced to a new character that plays a bigger role in this one, and I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to go back into the world. I want to go back into the murder mystery theme, and with the dark gothic atmosphere and aesthetic, and just, yeah, it's a bit of a dark romance as well because obviously our main character falls in love with death himself. So want to get back into this, but yeah, those are all the ones that are from my March TBR that are from my February TBR that I've moved on to my March TBR. Okay, now moving on to probably the new books that I've got, and this next one is probably my most anticipated book of this month that I really want to get into because I've been seeing it everywhere. Everyone's been loving it and has recently been talking about it, and I just kind of want to get on that train now, and that is Heavenly Bodies. I don't really know what this book is about, but it is a fantasy romance. I think it might be an enemies. She's the villain. Oh my days. I want to read this book so badly. The quote on the back says, "I would turn the world to darkness for you." Oh, I don't want to read the blurb properly because I don't want to slight spoil. I generally want to go in blind, and that is what I'm like with a lot of the books that I read. I start reading them and then I would read the blurb, because then I feel like nothing's then being spoiled for me, because the majority of the blurb is just the first couple of chapters, like getting into like the plot of things. So yeah, this is probably one of my most anticipated reads of this month. Very high up there. Probably gonna be the next one I pick up, probably. Then moving on to Bride of the Shadow King is another one that I swear I've seen before. I swear I've seen people talk about this book, or I've seen at least one person talk about this book and really like it. And I was in the bookstore and I just picked it up. I have no idea what it's about. It's a dual POV. I think it's another romantasy. I think it's another enemies to lovers. Oh my god. Elise Kova, who's the author of A Deal with the Elf King and the book I'm currently reading, A Dance with the Fey Prince, had said utterly swoon worthy on the back of it. So now I'm definitely reading this book if she likes it, because I love her books. My days. Yeah. Another highly anticipated book that I want to read. Also on my highly anticipated book of the month, Wings of Starlight has definitely got to be in there. I am obsessed with Tinkerbell. I love Tinkerbell. If you like literally look there, it's just slightly off camera, I have a Tinkerbell ornament. I was obsessed with Peter Pan and Tinkerbell when growing up, and then became obsessed with the Tinkerbell movies when they came out when I was younger. So the fact that this is the forbidden romance about the Pixie Queen and also the Winter, is it the Winter Lord? Yeah, the Lord of the Winter Woods romance. Ah, I want to read it so badly. It just sounds so good. And it seems like a really nice sized book as well. And it's floppy. Oh, I'm just so excited. Like, talking about these books, I really want to read them all now and just kind of disappear for maybe about a week. I just want to disappear for a week and so I can just read. But yeah, those last three are probably my most anticipated of the month that I definitely want to read this month and get done and just enjoy and love and just fall into the world and feel so connected to characters. I'm definitely hoping this month I do find a 5 stars. I don't think I've read a 5-star this year, actually. I don't think I have. Maybe this is the month. Maybe this is the month I find a 5 stars. I don't know. Moving on, I then got Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. Again, I've just put this one on because one, floppy ass book, nice size. It seems like an enemies to lovers. So it said Gwen Jackson is a musical prodigy, but she fought hard for everything she has now. Xavier Throne comes from musical royalty. He's a genius, but it all fell in his lap. So it's definitely an enemies to lovers. I don't think I've read a book where it's like rival musicians before, so this is really intriguing, and also I'm obsessed with the cover. And Ali Hazelwood has said I'll read anything she writes and loves it. So good. Like, so good. I'm so excited for this one. Another one that I just kind of chucked on there because I want to get back into the world and hopefully fall in love with the world, because I didn't love the first one as much as I hoped, but hopefully will love the second one. Nightbane. I've had this on my TBR before previously, but never was in the mood to read it, but I kind of want it now. I'm in that mood to just give it a go, give it a try, see if I like it. Because for some reason I just didn't connect with Light Lark. I just didn't, I just wasn't really into it. But a lot of you were saying that this one's better than the first one. So I've got it on here. Oh, Bracken. So I've put it on here, hoping that we will enjoy it more. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm a bit about this one, but I've put it on and we'll see how it goes. Then I've got Corrupt. I've been wanting to read this book forever and for some reason just never did. It is on Kindle, so I could have read it on Kindle, but for some reason I wanted to read it on its physical copy. And I really want to get into this Devil's Night world. Are you alright there, you sheepy girl? Yeah. Bracken's there as well. I've got them both here. Anyway, yeah. I want to go into this world. Definitely because I want to read, like, Kill Switch. Because that's the one that everyone's talking about. And is it Hideaway? Is that another one? Yeah. So you've got Corrupt, Hideaway, Kill Switch, and then Nightfall. And then you've got 2 novellas as well. It might be Nightfall, but it's definitely Kill Switch as well. I just want to read this whole series. I just want to read this whole series. So I want to start off with the first one and yeah, start making my way through it. We might have to do another dark romance reading vlog. This will definitely be on it if I do it. And lastly, the last one that I've got on that. No, I haven't. I've got some Kindle ones that I actually want to go through. I completely forgot. So those are all of the physical ones that I've got that I want to read. Some more on Kindle that I want to read is the rest of the Perfectly Imperfect series. I think I've got 8, 9 and 10 left to read. So my next one is Silent Lies. This is just mafia romance. I haven't read a mafia romance in forever. And I want to finish this Perfectly Imperfect series. Each of them are standalones. You can technically read them in any order that you would like because there's not really a way to it, but I would recommend reading it in the publishing order, like the order that it's advertised in, just because you're then going through it chronologically in like the right time zone. But yeah, Perfectly Imperfect. Definitely want to get back into those books. I haven't read one of those in forever. Another dark romance I really want to read is Rena Kent's Cruel King. I love Rena Kent. I love Legacy of Gods and I want to read the whole of this like universe that she's created. It just seems so good. So good. And I definitely want to reread the Legacy of Gods series, but what I think I might do is read them in order and then reread Legacy of Gods at the end. That seems like a fun idea. So yeah, I have a feeling, I think it's on Kindle. Let me actually have a look. I put it down anyway. I might have just lied. It might not be on Kindle, but I will probably buy the book anyway. Oh, it is on Kindle, but I will still buy the book anyway. Yep. And then finally we have a new release, which I'm so excited about. It's coming out on the 4th of March, and that is Wild Side by Elsie Silver. It is the 3rd one in the Wild Love series, and I'm so excited. I am buying this book instantly and cannot wait to read it. So it's probably another one that is a highly anticipated book as well of the month. But yeah, I can't wait for that book to come out. But yeah, those are all the books that I have got on my TBR. We will see how it goes. I definitely have high hopes that I will be out of this slump pronto. If I am not, I'm gonna cry and I will probably disappear for a little bit while I try and drag myself out of the trenches, because it definitely feels like that. But anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Please let me know what books that you're planning on reading, or if you've got any recommendations. Not that I should add any more books onto my TBR, but hey, we all have endless TBR lists, so why not? But I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah, peace, goodbye.